In just a matter of days, the Middle East has erupted into a full-scale regional war involving the United States, Israel, Iran, and several neighboring Gulf nations. For many of us watching from afar, especially here in the Philippines, it feels surreal. But the reality is, this isn't just a distant conflict on a news screen. It is a crisis that is already shaking the global economy, threatening the lives of millions of innocent civilians, and hitting us directly at home, from the price of the food on our tables to the safety of our families working overseas. Today, we are going to break down exactly what is happening in this 2026 Middle East war. Who started it? Why are the bombings happening? What does this mean for our economy? And finally, how can we look at this through the lens of faith? Let's dive in. To understand where we are, we have to look at how this broke out. This current escalation was initiated by a massive coordinated preemptive strike by the United States and Israel on Saturday, February 28, 2026. But why? Why risk a regional war? The U.S. and Israel cited three primary reasons. First, the nuclear threat. Following the collapse of indirect nuclear talks earlier in February, U.S. and Israeli intelligence claimed Iran was on the brink of weapons capability. The strikes specifically targeted Iran's nuclear infrastructure and ballistic missile stockpiles to permanently cripple that program. Second, regime change and leadership targeting. The offensive hit government and intelligence headquarters in Tehran. According to reports, this included the assassination of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and top military commanders. The goal was to dismantle the leadership, hoping to empower anti-government protesters within Iran to overthrow the clerical regime. Third, crippling regional power. Israel and the U.S. wanted to destroy the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, bases to stop Iran from supplying allied militias like Hezbollah and Lebanon, who have immediately resumed heavy fighting with Israel. But the reality of war is never clean. While military targets were the goal, the civilian toll has been devastating. Hundreds of casualties have already been reported by the Iranian Red Crescent. Tragically, an apparent U.S.-Israeli strike hit adjacent to a military barracks in the southern city of Meneb. It's a heartbreaking reminder of the true cost of these geopolitical chess games. Iran did not stay quiet. On March 1st, they launched waves of retaliatory ballistic missiles and drones. But they didn't just aim at Israel. Because the U.S. has military bases scattered across the Arab Gulf states, Iran targeted those installations in the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. Major international airports in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain have been damaged or paralyzed. Thousands of flights are canceled. Global cargo routes are severed, and that lockdown brings us to the global economy. The biggest threat right now isn't just military, it's economic, and it all centers around a narrow waterway called the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has effectively halted maritime traffic through this strait. Why does this matter? Because roughly 20% of the world's oil consumption and 20% of global liquefied natural gas passes through this specific choke point. Insurers have suspended coverage for ships, meaning trade has stopped. Immediately following the strikes, global oil prices jumped by 8%, and European gas prices surged by 20%. If this strait remains closed, we are looking at severe global energy shortages. Supply chain bottlenecks will return worse than we saw a few years ago, and global inflation will skyrocket. The domino effect is in motion. So what does this mean for us here in the Philippines? We are heavily exposed to this crisis in two major ways. First, the pain at the pump. The Philippines imports almost 100% of its oil. Since we are price takers in the world market, that spike in global oil prices will hit our local gas stations immediately. And when diesel and gasoline go up, everything goes up. Jeepney and bus fares, electricity bills, and the cost of rice and vegetables. We are looking at a harsh wave of inflation. Second, and most importantly, our OFWs. There are over 2 million Filipinos living and working in the Middle East. They are the backbone of our economy and the heroes of our families. Tragically, we have already lost a fellow Filipino caregiver in Israel to a missile strike. The Department of Migrant Workers, DMW, and OWWA are on extreme high alert. Repatriation plans and exit points are being activated. If a mass evacuation is needed, it will be a logistical nightmare, and the loss of remittances will be a massive blow to millions of families relying on that income. With all this heavy news, it is so easy to fall into despair and panic. But for those of us who lean on our faith, how do we process this? The Bible speaks clearly about times like these. In Matthew 24:6, Jesus says, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come." It's no coincidence that the very locations of this modern conflict, Israel and ancient Persia, which is modern-day Iran, are at the absolute center of biblical history. These regions have seen millennia of conflict. The instruction to us isn't to be ignorant, but to see to it that we are not alarmed. We are called to replace our panic with prayer. As Filipinos, let's use this moment to stand together. Let's pray for the absolute safety of our OFWs caught in the crossfire. Let's pray for the innocent civilians on all sides of this war. And let's pray for peace. Stay informed. Prepare your households economically where you can. But most importantly, keep your faith strong. Thank you for watching. Please share this video so others can understand what is happening. And let's keep our kababayans in our prayers. Stay safe, everyone.